Hello guys, so welcome to KO Tutorials. So let's continue with the next part of this tutorial. So let's get started. So as you can see over here, we have done with the modeling of this particular interior over here. So now what we'll be doing over here is we'll be starting up with texturing over here. So very first of all, what we'll be doing over here is I'll go into render setup, and I'll set this to Vray over here. After that, I'll set the output size accordingly over here, and I haven't set the camera yet, so I can slightly shift this view a bit inside by pressing up arrow, and after that I can press Ctrl C to set up a camera from that particular view. So select the base over here, that's a ground, go into material, so press M on your keyboard. Let's go into a material editor. So open material editor over here. So we'll take material, so let's go into this. Let's take a Vray material. Let's rename this over here. Let's rename this as floor, and let's go into the diffuse, go into the bitmap, and let's go into this. Texture, I have taken a texture for the floor. I'll just assign this texture over here. That's a wooden flooring over here. I'll increase the tiling over here. After that, let's again go over here and slightly I can give a bit of reflect over here. So I can easily give a bit of reflect. After that, what I want over here is I want a bit of roughness over here. I can add some roughness by adding a noise over here. So let's go over here and let's add a noise over here, and let's connect it with the bump map. So connect the noise with the bump map. Let's go into the noise, fractal, and let's keep the noise as 0.5 or 0.2. We can keep it to 0.2 over here. So I have connected this with this diffuse with the image and noise with the bump map. That's for your roughness. After that, definitely I have not added, I can add a carpet also over here. So I can add a carpet also. So for that I can just use a chamfer box over here. So I can just slightly add. So I can just go over here and let's just reduce the height over here for this. Slightly push it inside over here. So I can add a carpet texture. So I'll just take a, I can just take a carpet texture over here for now. So we can take a carpet texture. Just take any of the carpet texture. So you can take any kind of a designer or stylish carpet also, not a problem. You can take any of it. And let's just save this. So let's go again into material over here, and let's take a Vray material. So add a Vray material over here. Let's just rename it as so now for the carpet I'm just renaming this as carpet over here. I'll go into the diffuse bitmap and let's add a carpet texture over here. So you can also call it as a rug over here. And I'll go into the modifier list and I'll just give a UVW map. I'll just set it. Okay. And again, I'll go into this. Okay, now perfect. Let's go into this and again we'll give a bit of noise over here. And let's add a noise with a bump map. Go into the fractal 0.2, I'll set it over here. Select this object. Let's go again into the material. Let's take a Vray material over here. For the bed, let's rename it as bed over here. Material, bitmap, I'm going to assign a wood texture over here. So let's assign this texture over here and convert to editable poly first. UVW map. Going to fit this particular texture over here, and after that I'll again take a noise over here. I'll just connect it with this bump map. Again go into the fractal. I'll just give a 0.1 over here. Roughness. Okay, that is fine now. So now if you go into this and if you want to give a bit of reflectivity, I can slightly add reflection, not much. Over here, glossiness is okay. Roughness, you can slightly add that. Okay. Now select this, go again into the material and again take a Vray material and let's add go into the diffuse bitmap and I'll take a mattress texture over here. So let's take a mattress texture. So you can just double click and see the texture for the mattress UVW map. So before that I can go into this diffuse and I'll just increase the tiling over here if required. Set it as a box. Increase its height over here. And for this, so what I can do is like I'll just keep the tiling as 1:1 and set this to fit over here. I guess the tiling over here is a big issue over here. We can do that, but increasing or decreasing the tiling is a bigger issue over here. So if I you can do this, but this is a big problem. So I'll just open Photoshop over here. Okay, so let's just open that. Okay, so I'll just take a new file over here and I'll just duplicate that. So just duplicate that, flip vertical. So now let's just save as it. Alright. So I'll go into this and I'll just assign this texture over here go into material and set this to 1:1. I'll remove this. Okay, I think the texture is perfectly fitting now. You can, if you want, you can just give a UV map and increase its height. That would be much better. Alright, looks better. So select this. We are going to give a fabric over here. So I can just rename this as mattress. So give one more texture. Go into diffuse. Go into bitmap. And let's take one more texture over here. And let's give a UVW map. Set it as a box over here. So I can just click it out and I can just see how it looks like. Much better. Okay. So just save your file over here. So select this, again go into this, rename it as fabric over here. You can add a noise over here for this fabric. Let's add a noise into the bump map, make it a fractal. I'll just add a roughness. Let's take one more Vray material for the wall texture. So I'll just name it as wall. For the wall, what we are going to do is like we are just going to add a color that looks a decent color. Alright. So guys, I'll just go into rendering environment and I'll just see how it looks like. Let's render it and see. Okay. So wherever we have assigned a roughness, you will definitely see some roughness on it. If you don't require, we can definitely remove that noise part. So I'll go into the material. I'll go into the material and I'll add more of a reflection for the floor and let's see how it looks like. Now it's giving you a reflection. Okay. Definitely do that. Not a problem. Okay. So guys, if any doubts, please put it in the comment section over here. So let's go back to the camera view over here. So please like and subscribe my YouTube channel. So we'll continue the rest of the part in the coming tutorial. So thanks for watching this tutorial.